Einfach Bier. Was wünschst du, mein Freund?
I'm looking for a wandering man-at-arms. He's Polish, so he doesn't speak our language, but he still just won't shut up. He's called...
Adder.
Aye.
Don't even remind me of him. Verdammt nochmal.
Did something happen?
To me? Nein, nein, quite the contrary. We knocked back a nice few cold ones last night. And I have Kopfschmerzen all day. It's all his mate's fault. As soon as the Poles saw him, they greeted each other and then things went to shit. They didn't pass out until dawn.
Do you know where Adder is now?
You should ask the butcher's wife, Eve.
Why should I ask the butcher's wife?
Well, why do you think?
Do I have to make you say it? How does this concern Adder?
It's just some village clutch.
Look, I've heard a lot about Adder. If he was sticking it where he shouldn't have, I'd rather know before some cuckold comes at me with a pitchfork.
Knowing our butcher, you're not far from the truth, glaub mir. Letzte Nacht, Adder suddenly disappeared, just at the same time as the butcher's wife, Eve, did.
She left alone at night?
Leider ja. Her man passed out on the table right there in the inn. What else could she do?
So Adder took the opportunity?
Natürlich.
So where is the local butcher's?
If you go to the village from here, the butcher's Grundstück is the very last one.
I'll go to see her. Maybe she knows something.
You should be careful. The butcher does not like seeing other men around his Eve.
Where can I find this Raniak?
Try asking the man who paid for his losses yesterday.
Was he broke?
He lost a small fortune here yesterday. It looked like he was going to get a nice beating because he lost more than he had. But a bunch of Kerle from Bilani, who also came to play, lent him some coin. I reckon they felt sorry for him.
And do you know where I could find these men from Bilani?
In Bellany, I reckon.
Thanks a lot, I suppose.
Tut mir leid. I can't really think clearly after last night. If I were you, I would ask the Bellani innkeeper. With luck, you will run into them right there.
Why would they pay for Raniak? Did they know each other?
I do not think so. Maybe they just felt sorry for him. They played a lot themselves. But you could see that Raniak just could not stop.
I'll be on my way. And thank you.
Nichts zu danken. Wirst du das tun?
Service is kind of slow today. Hey, Starmate.
Praise be Jesus Christ. Good day.
Blessings to you.
Excuse me.
Good day.
Are you the builder of the local fortress?
Nun, sonst wäre ich ja nicht hier. What would you like?
I was interested in your building. Must be awfully difficult to think up and calculate everything correctly, eh?
Ja, das ist nicht einfach. But we are not building a cathedral. Unfortunately, this is just an ordinary pile of stones with a little mortar added to it. Mehr auch nicht.
How is such a fortress built? Must be difficult, eh?
For a commoner, certainly. But I am a master. I've built palaces and cathedrals. Compared to those, this is a complete waste of time.
So you're doing this out of duty?
Out of necessity. I have to make a living somehow since those ignoramuses threw me out of Kuttenberg.
Threw you out? I'm sorry, but I'm not from the city, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But you've heard about the construction of St. Barbara's Church, right?
I've heard something about it.
Just heard? Mein Gott, you can't overlook something like that. High arches, slender pillars, carved pinnacles, ein wunderschönes Gotteshaus. Simply a truly wonderful building. Or at least it would be if they let a real master take care of it.
You seem to be a bit grumpy. Are there some problems with the construction?
Nein, not at all. Quite the opposite.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Wenn du das sagst, Junge,
What? Aren't you glad your work is going well?
soll ich mich darüber freuen? Jeder dahergelaufene Dummkopf could build a thick wall with a shingled roof. I did not need to travel half the world to stack stone on rock here.
I'm interested in the construction of that cathedral you were talking about. Tell me more about it.
Wie bitte? Do you really have to rub salt into a knife wound?
I'm sorry. I didn't know it made you so angry.
Angry? It could have been my Lebenswerk, my life's work. If that despicable Hungarian king did not come and dismiss the whole city council, I could be building meine heilige Barbara at this time, and not this stupid and meaningless fortress. Such a beautiful church. No other could compare to it im gesamten tschechischen Königreich.
And what makes it so special?
It has a magnificent layout and the most perfect geometry with a three-nave floor plan. The weight distribution on the axis is so precise that the presbytery can be up to twice as high as in other churches. One narrow column next to another, and between them, unbelievably high windows. There'll be as much light inside as if you were standing under the open sky, mein Freund. It will seriously be a wunderschönes Gotteshaus. Das Gewölbe, The vault will rise 20 Klafter above the heads of the faithful pilgrims and der geschätzten Kuttenberger Bergmänner.
That sounds really spectacular.
Ja, I almost fulfilled my dream. Doch nun ist alles aus.
How is such a fortress actually built? What needs to be done first? And who pays for it all?
Oh, now, you're asking too many questions.
Why? Is it a secret?
Nein, everyone here knows the fortress belongs to the highborn Anna von Wallenstein. She inherited the local estate from her husband, a wealthy miner, but she has many relatives who do not want her to keep that wealth. Are you not perhaps one of them?
No, not at all. I'm hearing about it all for the first time.
So why do you keep asking such stupid questions, du komischer Kauz?
I was just walking by and your building caught my interest.
Oh, wenn das so ist, all right then.
How much does it cost to build such a fortress?
Like this one? It's a kleine Steinfestung, nothing too big. The stone is local, but the wood is expensive. That's because most of it is used for the mining purposes in the shafts.
And the miners are willing to pay quite a bit for it, eh?
Exactly. So we have to import wood from the Sassau forest, where it's much cheaper. Unterm Strich, such a structure costs the yield of 4 villages for 10 years in advance. As a carpenter, you'd have to work for 200 years to pay for it.
How is a fortress built? I've never seen it.
Das ist ganz einfach. Compared to a church or cathedral, it's quite primitive. Using a triangle and a cross, you measure the corners of the building and have the foundations dug down to solid rock. Then you will invite the Steinmetzer, the stonemasons, who will supply the shaped stones for the masons. Der Stein. The stone is usually broken directly in the future fosse. Thus, you logically kill two birds with one stone. Wenn du verstehst, was ich meine.
I understand. The bigger the castle, the deeper the foss.
Ja, genau. The stones for the doors, windows and walls is more difficult. They're made of sandstone. That's more expensive and must be imported. In addition to the masons, you also need a construction carpenter to build them scaffolding. And another who can do die Schreinerarbeiten.
What does that word mean?
Die Schreinerarbeiten, that's what we call the roof trusses, stairwells, galleries, simply everything that's not made of stone. And then you also need a roofer to cover the roof with shingles or thatch. And a dyer to mix the interior plaster and stucco.
Well, that's really something. So many crafts trades, all for just one building.
Ja, ganz recht. But it brings no glory. If you want to enjoy fame, you have to make churches, cathedrals, and altars, not village sheds that'll be the first thing to burn in a war.
Hail. What do you need, sir?
I'll have a look at the wares. I'd like to discuss the price.
Huh. Very well. Finally, a reasonable sum. Great! Happy to be of service. But take care, sir.
Pack his bags and get the hell out of Kuttenberg. No one
has any idea where he's headed. Some say he'll be leading his entire army to Prague for another battle. Others say that he's
God be
going
with
back
you.
to Hungary with his tail
Keep the
between
peace,
his
and
legs,
we'll stay
where
friends.
things aren't much better.
God be with you.
Only
I don't think
time will tell.
How's the watch
though.
going?
Not bad.
Anyway,
So far.
it's good that he's leaving, no matter where he's going.
A fine day for... Good day to you.
I'm looking for someone, and the innkeeper said you might be able to help.
Is that so? Who is it?
A wandering man at arms. He's a foreigner, a Pole. They call him Adder.
And the innkeeper sent you to me. How nice of him. As if the whole village didn't know already. Now he's going to tell everyone who just walks by. Who are you anyway? Some friend of his?
Something like that. I just need to find him.
Then you better hurry up. My old man wants to murder him.
And where will I find your husband, Adder, and the rest?
Outside the village, in the direction of Kuttenberg. There's a lone tree in the middle of the field. You can see it from a distance. They said that's where they'd take him, so that no one can see them.
You said others went with your husband.
Aye, some men from the village.
And did they have weapons?
They're no soldiers, but they carried axes.
How many of them?
How should I know? 3? Maybe 4?
That sounds like even more trouble. I hope we can sort it out peacefully.
Please, tell me they won't get hurt. My old man put them up to it. It's not their fault.
Don't worry. If I can, I want to settle this peacefully. I better go and see your husband. The sooner it's over, the better.
Hurry up, please. Be with you, sir.
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły, niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze. Wybacz i pozwól mi jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Shut up! No one can listen to your damn gibberish!
Twoja baba i tak do końca życia będzie pamiętać o mojej polskiej kiełbasie!
I'll shut that gob of yours!
Ciebie i twoją matkę piekło pochłonie. Niech was piekło pochłonie!
Wait! Stop!
A co to za kutas?
What do you want? And who the hell are you?
Leave him alone and untie him.
Why would I do that? Do you know what that bastard did?
I heard he was friendly with your wife.
You see? Everyone here knows now I'm a fucking cuckold. He should be glad we're only gonna hang him. If I had my way, we'd castrate him as well.
That scoundrel belongs to the Lord of Suchdal Fort.
What does he want with him?
He defiled the Lord's cook, 2 maids, the captain's wife, and stole a statue of the Madonna from the chapel, over which he then did all kinds of lewd acts. They're building a gallows for him at Suchdal.
But what about me? I want satisfaction too, or at least compensation.
You want to argue with Peter of P6 armed men? They're already on their way.
As you wish, she's all yours. But the cow is mine, and she's coming with me.
Oh, fuck.
Ty kurwy! Jebać was!
He's twitching too much. I have to cut the other end, on the tree.
Zaraz kogoś zajebie. O kurwa. O kurwa, było blisko. Gdybym nie miał chociaż tego kociokwiku. No to czemuż to przyjechał? Czego chcesz, młody? O kurwa mać. Mało brakowało. Kimkolwiek jesteś, masz krzepę. Ale teraz to sam bym wpierdolił tym gównojadom.
I reckon you want to know who I am, right? I'm Henry. Henry.
Henie, a dlaczego ty mówisz do mnie jak do głupca?
Yes, that's me. Henry. I was sent by Dry Devil. He's waiting for you at the Devil's Den.
O, żeż kurwa, czart żyje? To jeszcze go nie powiesili? Kurwa, patrz, głupim to szczęście sprzyja. Te kiepy niemyte ciągle się z nas śmieją. Kurwa mać, aż mnie świerzbią ręce. Hej, młody, daj mi jakąś broń.
Bronny... What?
Broń! Rozumiesz?
A weapon? You want me to give you a weapon?
Tak, kurwa!
You'll have to wait a bit. They'll surely find you something in the Devil's Den.
Ale z ciebie jest cipa, wiesz? Gdyby to był Janosz, ten by mnie tak nie zostawił. A co z Janoszem? Przecież zostawiłem go tam na pastwę losu.
You mean Janos Uer? I saved him from the pillory a while ago.
O! Złaciutki! Kocham cię. Chodź ze mną. Musimy to opić w czartówce.
As you say, in the Devil's Den. That's where all of us are supposed to meet. Go ahead. I'll meet you there later.
Dobra, to tam się spotkamy. Kurwa, już się nie mogę doczekać jakiegoś ruchanka.
They go wherever their prick point. I say we should have cut.
Good.
Sigismund's army to keep watch so we can sleep peacefully. It has therefore decided...
Carrots, parsley,
Onions,
fresh vegetables.
Come and take your seat.
Innkeeper, what's taking so long? Christ! What's the hold-up?
Muslin, Barchet, the strongest Barchet from Kashmir.
Greetings to you.
Taking their time again.
Mein Gott. Wo liegt das Problem?
Hey, where's that beer?
Lord be with you.
I'll have a look at your wares.
Thank you, and
She
come
made it
again,
out of
sir.
old quilt covers, I can tell. She doesn't half fancy herself, acting all high and mighty, while her old man spends all their money on drink. Even their bloody roof's full of holes, for God's sake. You know what Germans are like. They've always been show-offs, but since Sigismund showed up, they're 100 times worse. They'll get their comeuppance, you'll see. Those who are first
Put it
will be
away.
last, and
I
those
don't
who are
want to put
last
the
will be
squeeze
first.
on you, but when are you going to pay me back?
I know, I know.
I'd better get
It's always on my mind. I promise, you'll have it back this time next week.
I'm not desperate, but you know how it is. It's easy to
How's
forget.
your aunt these
Believe
days?
me, it keeps me up at night.
That bad, is it? The last time we looked, I didn't even recognize her. She must be well over 70 now, isn't she? She'll be 76 this autumn.
Henry, I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Hey, my lovely. Zizka told me you found something out about Liechtenstein.
If only just Liechtenstein. I've only been here a couple of days, but I seem to know everything about this city and its sinful people. And about the Pope, the second Pope, Sigismund, Wenceslas, about the sickness of old men, the desires of young men, who I sometimes have to beat off with a stick. Simply everything. The tavern seems to be the fount of all knowledge.
Look at it like this. You could have helped us get Dry Devil out of trouble instead.
Don't push it. But that sounds like you found the sod. Is he all right?
Physically? Depends how you look at it. He got shot in the arse.
Who did it, for God's sake?
Hard to say. Maybe me, maybe Zizka, or one of the other men. But he'll live.
That's God's punishment for his loutish behavior. I must think up a new fitting nickname for him.
But anyway, about Liechtenstein. Anything new?
Well, there might be something. One of the girls I talked to told me her sweetheart frequents some nasty alehouse. And one of the regulars there recently started buying drinks for the whole house. Which is suspicious, because this fella is practically a beggar. Goatskin, they call him. They asked him where he got the coin, and he boasted that he was spying for some rich lord.
All right. That sounds promising.
Of course, it doesn't have to be Liechtenstein. But there can't be that many rich men who pay spies. And we have to start somewhere.
That's true. And you've spoken to this goatskin fella?
Not yet. I was rather hoping you'd do it. That grubby alehouse is a bit too wild even for me.
Oh, that's saying something. Well, trying to get sense out of drunken wretches is quite a skill of mine. Does this place have a name?
I'm not sure if it's a name, but the locals call it the Hole in the Wall.
Sounds like a nice place for a romantic evening, eh?
You'll find it in Hot Prink. There's no other alehouse in that quarter.
So, goatskin in the hole in the wall. I reckon I remember that. I'll go and check it out.
Before you go, I wanted to ask. Nobody ever told me why we're actually looking for this Liechtenstein fella.
He might know where they're holding Capon.
I'm sure lots of people might know that.
But Liechtenstein's on our side. At least I hope he still is. You never know these days.
But who is he? And why is he in Kuttenberg?
He's a young noble from Jobst's council. His family have domains in Moravia and Lower Austria. He's here to gather information about the enemy for Jobst. And judging by how important it was for Istvan to find out where he is, he's a real thorn in their side. And they're out to get him.
So we're getting involved in noblemen's schemes again. That means trouble.
I'll do my best not to get us mixed up in all that.
Sure you will. But it can't be helped. There's a war on, and we have to fight. Watch out for yourself, Henry. I have a bad feeling about that district.
You're not the only one.
Here it comes!
Wonderful purchase.
Fine day for some fine wares. Come and take your pick.
God bless.
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin.
What's that got to do with me? If you want to nose around here, you'll have to go through Chenyek.
Could you tell me more about this Chenyek?
No, I couldn't. We don't talk to strangers here.
And where can I find this Chenyek?
He'll be here somewhere. He usually sits next to Hugo, our oldest regular.
Right. I'm gonna see if I can find that Chenyek.
Welcome. What can I do for you?
I'll have a look at your wares. Let's talk about the price.
I suppose we could give it a try. Finally, a reasonable sum.
One last beer, he says. A regular for life and beyond. It's a good thing Mutt isn't here. The service might be a bit slow here. I reckon he's been sitting here a while. The service might be a bit slow here. I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Aye. But I reckon I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why not?
Because I don't know you, and you don't look like you fit in here.
Look, I completely understand you. Evil times, spies everywhere. You must have been stumped by this gear of mine. Thing is, I necked him from some student bloke in Colleen, innit? I ganged up with this slut called Kacharaba. She got her hooks in him when he'd had a skinful, and then I nicked all his gear and his glint. Poor bloke must have been mithered in the morning. Funny thing is, Kacharaba's as ugly as a pig's arse, so he didn't even get a decent shag out of it.
So you're in the trade. Should have said straight off. Our door's always open to the brethren. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for Goatskin. I hear he used to come here.
Aye. Thing is, ain't nobody seen him here for a few days.
But he used to come here?
Aye. He was here day in, day out. Only this time some burly lads came here and duffed him up proper.
Do you know the men who beat him up?
No. But there were some Jews among them, and that's pretty odd. Seeing as how they don't usually get mixed up in nothing.
Why did they give him such a beating? Did they say anything?
Well, Goatskin is a right knob end. Always asking for it, he is. But I reckon this time it was about his big gob. The last week he was coming, throwing glint around. And when we squeezed him about where he got the coin, he said he was spying for some lord.
And does this lord have a name?
He didn't say. We didn't swallow his yarn about spying anyway. We reckoned he made a score and just wanted to look like a big man.
What happened to Goatskin? Does anyone know where he is now?
No word. But I reckon he's holed up somewhere, licking his wounds. Seems he stuck his nose in a wasp's nest, and he won't be sticking it out again for a while. If you're going to look for him, try it at night. He don't stray far when he's on the job. Usually between Hradek and the horse market. He goes after drunks. So I try asking in the local drinking dens.
All right. What does he look like, though? He can't be the only fella who likes to relieve drunks of their purses.
God's truth. But you'll know Goatskin when you see him. They call him that on account of how he got kicked in the head by a goat as a nipper. He's got a dent in his forehead you could use for a game of marbles.
I'm sure you know the town better than me. What drinking dens are there on Goatskin's patch?
Between the horse market and Hradek, there's the Black Horse, a miner's tavern. Wayman the taverner used to be a miner. And then there's the Big Bathhouse. It belongs to some bloke called Adam. He tarted the place up big.
Any others?
None I know.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
I wish you luck then. He ain't the brightest, but he's got a real talent for saving his own skin. Once you're done with him, come by and see us. Seems after all you're a pretty handy bloke. We could use the likes of you.
If you've got some job for me, you can tell me straight up. So what kind of work do you have for me?
A job worthy of your skills. But first, just a little test to see that you're not as dim-witted as that arsehole Goatskin. What is Wycliffe's first thesis?
Wycliffe's first thesis? What are you...
Not a good start. Second question. Which estate has the greatest reformatory potential?
The commoners.
Correct! The Reformation must start from the bottom and ignite like a flame in the hearts of all, so that in the end the Holy Church itself will be set ablaze with purifying fire.
I knew right away that the people who meet here in the hole are a different bunch.
You thought we were just paupers who couldn't count to 5, didn't you? But now let's see who's the pauper. Last question. Who is the rightful king of Bohemia?
Wenceslas. There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the job. Maybe this will disappoint you a little, but it concerns Wenceslas's brother. It's he who will secure your place in our humble company.
From what you said, I gather you're not spying for Sigismund. It's rather the other way round, huh?
We call ourselves the Guild. We profess the ideals of equality and brotherhood. Our only law is the Holy Bible. Worldly justice is as fickle as a common whore, yielding to those who are in power.
Justice for me or the gallows. Aren't you afraid to end up there?
Friend, one must be willing to suffer for the truth. Sigismund is a usurper. And the church and the magistrates are but a lowly whore spreading her legs for Sigismund. As long as we go against Sigismund and honour the scripture, our souls remain pure.
What if I go and tell the bailiff you're calling him a whore? Just out of courtesy, you know?
Go ahead. Perhaps you are one of the lucky ones who are not harmed by Sigismund's presence in Bohemia. Maybe you don't mind selling a piece of your conscience by ratting us out. As for me, I will go to the town hall with my head held high. But you?
Yeah, don't worry. I was just teasing you. I think the same of Sigismund. Tell me about your operation here.
We are who we are, and we do what we do. Like the early church of Jesus' apostles, in unity and fidelity to his words. I'm in charge. I plan all our missions. Goliath is the muscle. Knuckles, well, he mostly complains. But he also knows his way around locks. But we're all equal. We share the profits equally, but we don't do it for the wealth. We want to drive Sigismund out of this town.
How can I join you?
You want to join us already? I don't have to talk you into it. That's great. We're not particular about formalities. Let's just have a beer, and then you're one of us.
Here's to the Guild.
To the Guild! That reminds me, I'd like to throw a feast for the poor. The bigger the better.
Didn't you say you were just ordinary people with no money?
We are. And this is where Sigismund comes in. Because he's going to pay for the feast out of his own pocket.
That was a good one. How are you going to make that happen?
Me? No. You'll make it all happen. Listen carefully. Sigismund seized land down in the valley near Pach and built his personal warehouse on it, right under our noses as a provocation. There he stores fancy foods and gifts for his commanders, and for that red-bearded gob of his, sausages, smoked meats, foreign spices, and more. Fancy delicacies from Italy, Hungary, Slavonia, and all the other shitholes where he owns land, while we're eating porridge and cabbage all the time. You will steal all the food you can carry from that warehouse, and as a nice token, you will leave there... Let's see... What would you leave there?
That cabbage you said you were eating all the time?
Brilliant! Get at least one head from the greengrocer and leave it there for Sigismund. Let him eat for once what we have in our bowls almost every day. But I'm warning you right now, no violence. Don't even think about slitting anyone's throat in that warehouse. The job isn't to punish some poor sod on guard duty. Is that clear?
Got it. What should I do with the stolen food?
You'll give it to the beggars. Let them feast like kings for once. It's not hard to find poor people in the town. Just go to the gates or churches, and you'll surely come across some. There are also tents full of them in Minor Street, Church Street or Cobbler Street. When you're done, come and see me, and we'll figure out what to do next.
Sigismund will be fucking livid he can't enjoy his fine sausages. Can I expect any help from you?
If you need some tools, stop by Knuckles. That's all I can help you with.
All right. I'll head out.
Good luck.
Calvaria.
Hail Mary.
settings.
Whoa, whoa. Good.
God bless you, sir.
I brought you some food.
Sweet Jesus! I can't believe it! I must be dreaming. So much food. I'll feed my whole family and have some left over for the neighbours. Who do I thank for this feast?
I'm sorry. I can't stay.
Be that as it may, thank you, and God bless you. Farewell. For the love of Christ, spare us.
Fine pictures. Just come and take a look. Pancakes, bread rolls.
Good to see you.
Greetings, Master Guard.
Come and take your pick.
Doors closing.
I'm sorry.
Brothers in Christ. Ever since the Sedlex Monastery was founded. Greetings.
And with you.
God be with you.
When I'm old and infirm, folks will come to me for the weather forecast.
I heard about this fella who always got heartburn just before it snowed. You could team up.
Bollocks a misunderstanding. You made a fool of yourself.
Greetings to you.
Show me your wares.
Nobody else can help
Nothing
you.
to your
Oh,
liking,
I'm
sir?
the priest. How could I have forgotten that old woman?
If you know it, then so does half the town. I need to pay the tithes and give something to the church.
Taxes of Jews. And Jonah from the way. So don't tell me it can't help with a little thing like yours.
A little thing? So you're insulting me too now?
Have a lovely summer evening.
I have some news about Liechtenstein.
Oh, I'm all ears.
I think I found that goatskin fella. I think I know where he might be. It seems he's hiding out because someone had him beaten up recently.
If they're after him, he's surely mixed up in something. That's a good sign, right?
Only I don't know where to look for him. All I know is he's hiding out somewhere between Hradec Quarter and the horse market, and that he robs someone every now and again. But I can't search every single house there, can I?
If the worst comes to the worst, you can. But it might be wise to try asking around first. There's a big bathhouse in the Hradec Quarter, and nearby there's an alehouse where the miners go.
Can't hurt to ask. Maybe someone there knows about him.
Aye. Or you could try to lure him out. If you dare, go to the bathhouse and show you've got lots of coin. Maybe you'll get lucky. You look pretty decent. That ought to do the trick.
I'll be on my way.
Aye, get going. I need to get back to the alehouse job anyway.
What would you like, sir?
I need to eat and sleep here.
But of course, as you wish, sir. And for how long?
I'll be staying longer.
Of course, sir. Will you pay right away?
Let's talk about the price.
Very well, then. Agreed, then. The room's yours. I'm sure you'll enjoy your stay, sir. The rooms are clean and there's a pot full of good food.
Where can I find my room?
Easy. You just go upstairs, and immediately on the left, you'll see the door with the green wreath hanging above it.
I wonder what else today will... It happens. Just
Excuse
watch
me?
where you're going next time. There's no end to this work.
Christ, this day is never ending. So what's it gonna be?
Greetings. It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
Plenty of bloody work to go around.
You never know.
Well, I'll be going now.
Greetings. Aye, that's exactly how it is.
City rich. The townsfolk have become unwilling.
Good morning. Show me your wares.
I hope you find what you're looking for next time, good sir.
The finest wares, quality.
Greetings to you.
What do you have for sale?
Thank you, and come again, sir.
Apples, juicy apples. Yellow
Oh,
and red.
my back.
Buy some apples.
Jesus Christ.
Something you won't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen.
God!
Go!
Don't be daft. What's the matter?
All kinds.
Slow down, idiot.
I heard hammering.
Did you hear about Tom?
Good God!
No.
Watch where you're going. Can't you see
Keep
where
your
you're
eyes
going?
on the road, you fool! Praise God.
What's that? Did I imagine it? Who's there? Huh? What? What's that? You're not permitted to be here. Surrender, now!
What's that sound? Hmm? You're not...
What? 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 Huh? You're not permitted to be here.
Hmm? I heard it here. Did I imagine it? How? What's that sound? I heard it coming from here.
Hail.
People, good people, help out a suffering wretch. Spare a few coins. Good people, spare a groschen for... God bless.
Shit here. Last time it rained for a week straight, we were up to our knees in a river of shit.
That's good. You know what?
For the love of Christ.
Greetings.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Fine stage. Quality goods. The finest way.
Good day.
Staring at you. Fresh cabbage.
God bless. Why?
A fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
God be with you.
Keep the peace.
Come and take your pick.
Oh, it's you. Back already?
Looks like it.
God?
Brought you some food.
Sweet Jesus, I can't believe it. Who do I thank?
I'm sorry. I can't say.
Be that as it may. See you later, my friend.
Greetings.
Praise God.
For the love... God grant you health.
You have no business being here, good man. Go.
I brought you some food.
Dear God! I must be dreaming! I'll fill my... Who should I thank for...
I'm sorry. I can't say.
Modesty doesn't suit... Take care, friend.
How are things at home? Greetings.
Lord be with you.
I brought you some food.
Sweet Jesus! I'll feed my whole... Who do I thank?
Sorry, I can't reveal that.
Modesty doesn't... Oh well.
Blessings to you.
Citizens, hey, hey, hey. Come on,
Good afternoon. I brought you some food.
Sweet... I'll feed my... Oh,
I'm sorry.
be that...
Take care.
Good day, sir.
I brought you some food.
Sweet Jesus, I can't. I'll fill my... Who do I...
I'm sorry.
Be that as... See you later.
Spare a coin?
Greetings to you.
Hey, come here.
What would you like?
I don't want to yell. Come closer. You're new here, aren't you? Has Chenyek talked the head off you already?
We spoke.
I'll give you some good advice to start with. Don't listen to his bollocks about a fairer society and the honourable struggle for a better tomorrow. It's just bullshit to mess with newcomers like you. By the way, they call me Knuckles.
You sounded pretty convincing to me.
Aye. Chenyek can sweet-talk people like no other. I mean, Chenyek talks about sharing stuff fairly and how we don't do it for the money. But you know what? It's horseshit. It's every man for himself down here, even if they say otherwise. And Chenyek just gives it such a nice polish.
Are you saying he lied to me?
More like, he didn't tell you the whole truth. I heard from friends that Sigismund has a bottle of very fine wine somewhere in his warehouse. The kind of wine that you don't often see in these parts. I have a buyer for it. So if you bring it to me, I'll give you half the coin he's paying for it.
Well, I'll stick to what Chenyek told me. I'm not complicating it by stealing wine.
Well, that's a shame.
Chenyek said you could give me some gear too.
All that talk about equality, brotherhood. But when it comes to lockpicks, I'm supposed to give you stuff from my own stash. Here's something you might find useful.
Thank you.
God bless.
I did what you asked me to do.
Great! So you robbed the chest and fed the poor?
I robbed the chest and left the cabbage in it.
Ha ha! Great work! He's in for a big surprise, the red-headed fucker. Good work! What about the beggars?
I fed as many people as I could.
You're a hero. Folk will really appreciate that, you know. They've never eaten like this before. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? And that feeling of satisfaction. We may not be any richer, and yet...
You know what? I'm beginning to understand the guild's modesty.
See? And now, let's talk about your next job. Just before I tell you more about it, try talking to Rat. I'm sure there are a few side jobs for a chap like you. And Goliath could teach you how to throw a proper punch. He's the best brawler far and wide.